The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
The debacle of Sri Lanka cricket. Why did President intervene to solve the crisis? Almost every day, social media gives us something to forget our money problems and go on with our lives with the minds taking us elsewhere. First, it was AKD's graphite matter, and the hit for the last few days was the sugar price. Then came the Sri Lankan team's humiliating loss against India, followed by the SLPP's warnings to the president over the budget. All those were forgotten, and a new matter came up early yesterday morning about the appointment of an interim committee for cricket. By the afternoon, the Gazette was out too. Sports Minister Roshan and sports associations have been at each other's throats for some time now. Football and rugby problems were solved, while his differences with cricket chief Shami Silva worsened. Everyone is saying that Arjuna is behind it all. There is an interesting story in this. Sudath Chandrasekhara suggested to the president to appoint Roshan as the sports minister. He then became Roshan's senior advisor and brought Arjuna and Roshan together. But soon after Arjuna and Roshan became close, Sudath had to go home. Since becoming an advisor, Arjuna paid most of his attention to cricket. On one hand, that is reasonable because he led Sri Lanka to the 1996 World Cup title. However, he never got the chance to be elected to run cricket. The only way for him was through politics, as the head of an interim committee. It is said that this time, Arjuna created trouble between Roshan and Sri Lanka cricket. Public Security Minister Tiran Alice, as well as former Minister Ravi Karunanayake, had tried their best to iron out differences between Roshan and Shami. Ravi even threw nightly parties to bring the two together. Roshan's good friend, Nihal Seneviratne too, gave it a big try. In the end, Arjuna seems to have misled the minister in order to become the head of cricket. Roshan issued a gazette expelling Shami and appointing Arjuna in his place. Hiru News broke the news. Arjuna had been aiming for that for some time. After the crushing losses to India, cricket fans got enraged and took authorities to task via social media. Some even held protests. Some said all those were planned by Roshan and Arjuna. They used the public outcries to their best advantage. Anyhow, the president has come to know about all these appointments from Hiru News alerts. Roshan had not briefed him anything about it. It is claimed the minister's wife and a young lawyer were at the sports ministry overnight to fix the game by Monday morning. Soon after getting to know about the Gazette, President Wickremesinghe tried several times to speak to Roshan over the phone, but he did not answer. Then he got a copy of the Gazette and said, "This Gazette is wrong. Court action can be taken. If the minister is not there, take a call to the ministry secretary," he told Ashoka. An official told the president that the son of a minister has drafted the Gazette notification. When the matter became the talk of the town, the president's media division said all had happened without the president's knowledge. The sports ministry secretary was summoned to the presidential secretariat and was told to withdraw the Gazette. He replied that he could not do so without asking the minister first. The minister did not answer even calls from the secretary's phone. An official said, "Sir, some of the appointees work with Sajith." Opposition leader Sajith yesterday made a statement about the plight of cricket in Sri Lanka and commented about the new appointees. He said the qualifications and cricket knowledge of appointees should be questioned and that past players, honest and talented administrators are needed along with a new program. The sports minister might not have answered calls from the presidential secretariat, but he did not fail to meet the interim committee early in the morning and give them instructions. In the end, the president said the matter would be discussed at the cabinet meeting. The Cricket Gazette was the main topic when ministers met yesterday. The president calmed them down, saying, "Okay, don't create any more trouble. I'll take the sports law into my hands and settle the matter." Roshan's reply, "Sir, then keep the sports ministry with you," came as a big surprise to the cabinet members. The president went on, "This Gazette is wrong. If anyone takes it to court, the advantage goes to Shami, so it should be withdrawn." Think again." Roshan raised his voice. "I cannot work with thieves, sir. Remove me from the ministry, sir." No, that is not needed," the president replied. His colleagues knew that Roshan came to the meeting well prepared to face anything. Some of them, as well as the prime minister, mediated to calm things down. Then came the appointment of a cabinet subcommittee on cricket, headed by Ali Sabri. It also has Kanchana, Tiran, Manusha as members, but not the sports minister. After the cabinet meeting, some ministers took Roshan to the president's room. A top official of the Attorney General's department, too, was there. When the Gazette was raised, Roshan said, "Sir, that is not possible. Even this morning I asked him, pointing at the AG's department official, and he said nothing was wrong." When the president and the ministers turned to him, the AG's department official said with hesitation, "No, sir, there is a small issue." Understanding dawned on everybody present that the official has played a double game. "But sir, even if I lose the ministry, I will not withdraw the Gazette," Roshan said very firmly. Thereafter, several other ministers arrived, and ex-President Mahinda too came. They tried their best, but Roshan refused to give up. One minister told the president, "An Indian astrologer has told him that he has a Raja Yoga. He is playing into contest for the presidency." Mahinda quipped, "So he too has a Raja Yoga. All his dreams will go down the drain if the ICC bans us." A journalist intervened. "Leave everything out. Take a look at Roshan's committee members. Wijadasa's son and the son of Musamal who works for Debacle are there. So is Upali. At least people like Siddhat Wethamuni should have been included." In the meantime, Shami was with President's counsel Romesh de Silva the entire day at the latter's chamber. He was planning to file a case against the Gazette on Tuesday morning. After the cabinet met, the government parliamentary group was convened to discuss the budget on the 13th of this month. That meeting was predicted to be an animated one, after the SLPP sent a letter to the president with 4 requests for immediate implementation. Its requests were the continuation of the Samurdhi allowance and the fertilizer subsidy, reintroduction of the decentralized budgets for parliamentarians, and ensuring that no jobs are lost when state institutions are reformed. The party said Samurdhi should not be replaced by another name as it is the best answer to poverty. The president had his doubts if something would happen at the meeting. Therefore, he asked Wajira to get Mahinda to be there. Anyway, he was there early. Ultimately, everything else took the back seat, and the sports minister's Gazette was the hot topic there as well. Many said, "Be careful, cricket is like a religion. We may have escaped Aragalaya, but we are finished if the International Cricket Council bans us." In the end, they dispersed with the notion that the courts will deliver the verdict. Certain posts in social media describe all these as staged dramas. During the drought some months ago, Roshan was used to cover up any possible outcry from the opposition. Similarly, Roshan is trying to pickpocket the cricket matter now. Some say all these are games planned by Ranil Rajapaksa. By the way, Shami got the Court of Appeal to issue an injunction against the interim committee and the Gazette notification. Justices Nisanka Karunaratna and Vikum Kalu Arachchi considered his writ petition and issued the order effective for 14 days. The respondents have been ordered against interfering in affairs of the petitioners and other SLC officials. According to reports, Roshan's interim committee too has internal trouble. The retired judges in it say they cannot dance to Arjuna's tune. With any compromise failing, Roshan promised last night to issue separate gazettes, but with the court injunction, it will not happen. The president's warning about what will happen came true, but he was not listened to. It appears that everyone is in a do-or-die game. Is it because of the love for cricket, or for the love of big money in cricket, or because of their ego? Let's wait and see. That's it for today.